Commentary slop is a very oversaturated genre. There are dozens of creators all talking about the same situation, which is usually either crazy, insane, or disgusting. So what I want to do today is put some of the most famous ones into a tier list so that you can decide for yourself which creators are worth your time. Starting with arguably the most famous creator in this scene before he got terminated, Leafy. So Leafy is kind of like the recurring villain of the internet. He keeps getting banned on different platforms, then coming back and getting banned again. If we were ranking him based on his importance to the scene, I'd have to put him in S tier. The low quality garbage I make now would never be acceptable without him. But he's kind of a twat, and he seems to really love bullying kids, so I'm gonna put him in F tier, just cause I hate him. So next up is Pyrocynical. So Pyro actually stopped uploading Slop on his main channel, and now puts it on his second channel, Pyro Live. Pyro's videos are probably the best for background noise, since they're so incredibly long, but that's also part of his problem. Pyro never gets to the point. The first 10 minutes of his video feel like a history lesson about the people involved, and while it is really informative, it feels really unnecessary. Normally I'd put him in B or C tier, but he dresses like a femboy sometimes, so A tier. Now usually I'd take this opportunity to violently kink shame Pyro and put him in F tier as a gag, but I'm a better person now. I only do that in private. Alright, next up is Diesel Patches. So Diesel is probably my biggest inspiration. My style of slop is very deadpan and dry in a similar way to his, and he's probably one of the more open-minded creators in the scene. His content and humor aren't based on dunking on minorities the way some others are, and he's a pretty equal opportunity bully, so S tier. Next we have Sensitive Society. Sensitive Society is actually a pretty chill, laid-back creator, something that his titles would not tell you. I promise these all-caps insults don't reflect his actual content. I think his style of humor shows a bit of 4chan red pill brain, but I also don't think he really has any actual prejudice. A lot of people accuse him of being right-wing, but I haven't really seen enough evidence to state that he is. I think he's a pretty apolitical creator. It doesn't seem like he really gives his thoughts on major political topics. Overall, a very middling creator. I'll just give him C tier and move on. Next up is Dolan Darkest. Dolan is kind of a unique creator in that he doesn't really prioritize dragging videos out for watch time and milking every dime he can from controversy the way that someone like me does. Dolan's videos are usually no longer than 2 minutes, and he actually gets a lot of information in during that time. I find it pretty admirable, and I would give him S tier, but I have to dock some points due to him being Australian. A tier it is. This next creator, Scrubby, actually retired from YouTube a few years ago, but he was my biggest inspiration starting out. Diesel influenced the content I actually made, but Scrubby motivated me to start. Like, he had a second channel where he'd do story times, and that's actually what I started out doing before I completely started over and did Slop, because that's the only thing that gets views nowadays. He definitely had a bullying children problem the way that Leafy did, but that is so funny when you're 12 and edgy, you don't understand. I have to give him S tier just because of nostalgia. Moving from an old creator to a pretty new one, we have Peep is Awesome. Peep started out as a Valorant creator before switching into the drama slop scene. He fits right in with his dry humor and laid-back energy. Overall, just a good creator. Plus, he's a pretty twink. A tier. And now we move on to the god queen of slop. Arguably the best creator in this entire scene. Someone who is so charming and charismatic and funny that they put all of these other creators to shame. They are called No Life Network. They are very cool, they are very funny, and they are very hot. S tier. And now we move on to the actual slop god, Moist Critical. So Charlie is probably more well known for his starring role in the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, but surprisingly enough, he makes YouTube videos too. His videos usually have very limited editing, and it just shows him talking to a camera. Even his thumbnails are just a picture of his face. Sometimes he uploads multiple times a day, so he works hard to feed slop to hungry pigs like us. He's an inspiration to lazy bums everywhere. A tier. Next up is Turkey Tom. So Turkey Tom is similar to Pyro in that he usually puts his drama slop on his second channel, Tom Dark. He still covers creator drama on his main channel, but those are usually longer documentary style videos. These two styles are so different that I think I should rank them separately. The main channel documentaries go in S tier, whereas his drama slop goes in F tier. So the next person we have to cover is Cyrus. So I'm aware of Cyrus's allegations. I don't know the truth behind them. I'm not gonna get into them. He was just too big not to mention. He came up around the same time as Diesel and Sensitive Society did. From what I know, he and Scrubby were pretty close, and Cyrus's allegations kinda directly led to Ryan's retirement. But as a slop tuber, Cyrus was pretty good. He was funny, he was charismatic, his vibe was chill. Putting aside who he was as a person and the stuff that he may or may not have done, he is an A-tier slopper. So before we start doing kind of a lightning round of the COVID era slop tubers, I want to talk about Benji. Benji might not be a name you're familiar with if you're on the younger side. That's because he was terminated by YouTube for violating community guidelines. I won't come out and say that's absolutely ridiculous because I like money, but I personally do disagree with his termination. Unfortunately, even despite the termination, he was a pretty mid slopper, so I'm going to give him C tier. Okay, now let's start the lightning round with Pegasus. So Pegasus is an amazing slop tuber. He does a fantastic job at milking drama in a way that puts me to shame. If I had a nickel for every video he made on the Mr. Beast situation, I would have more money than Mr. Beast does. S tier slop tuber, F tier creator. Next is Tag Swag. He got called out for plagiarizing Pegasus or something. He makes animation videos now under the name Birdie, and they're actually pretty good. Overall, I give him S tier. Stealing from the laziest slopper is a new low, and I respect it. Next is Poncho. So Poncho killed back in the COVID era. When Diesel went on hiatus, there was this huge commentary vacuum, and that's when most of these creators came around. B tier, no notes, pretty inoffensive. Next is Connor Pugs. So Connor started out with like Dream SMP drama, and he whined about Jaden Animation's Rule 34, which probably only got more people to seek that content out. Now he makes clickbait story times about skibbity toilet kids literally killing people. This is not a joke. Connor gets his own tier, the delete your channel tier. Now lastly, let's talk about Achido. So Achido, when he started out, he was a fantastic slopper. He uploaded top tier trash. It was short, it was sweet, and it was to the point. Recently, however, he's just been uploading 30-minute clips from his Kick live streams. He used to be relatively funny, now he's just painfully boring. He really fell off when he started showing his face instead of Minecraft parkour. D tier. Anyways, that's all of the creators I had in mind. If you have any more and you would like me to do a part 2, I can. I kind of just wanted to go over the big creators or creators that had a personal influence on me. I already have a couple of names for part 2 down, but please let me know any more you'd like to see in the comments. Otherwise, like and subscribe, comment what other kind of videos you'd like to see. I'm probably not gonna upload anything next week just because I'll be away. I don't know exactly when this video will be out, hopefully before I have to go. But yeah, the expose that I mentioned in the community post, that will 100% be the next thing I upload, and the second I get back, I'm gonna get to work on it. It looks like I'm at 7 minutes and 50 seconds now, so I'm gonna stop dragging to 8 minutes and end the video. So, see you later.